So tell me, would you buy a haunted house? Would you be interested in a haunted house? Well, haunted houses are categorized as stigmatized properties. It's not required that buyers tell you that they're stigmatized. However, if you specifically ask, then it is their responsibility to tell you the truth. Some people look for the opportunity to buy a haunted property. In fact, in a Zillow survey, 29% of the people surveyed said they would prefer to buy a haunted house. But 33% said there is no way they would buy a haunted house. Some people in the real estate industry attest to having unworldly encounters. Others scoff at the notion of ghosts. I personally have never had the pleasure of experiencing paranormal activity in any home. However, my daughter, who is a very logical person, has. In fact, when she was a teenager, she was home alone when she first saw the lady. When I arrived home, all the doors and deadbolts were locked, which was unusual, and she was cuddled with the cat on the couch, looking pale and shaken. She had seen a woman dressed in 1800s clothes. I believe it was a blue dress, if I remember correctly, walking or floating down the stairs. The woman turned the corner and looked at her, and then she disappeared. And my daughter said, "The cat saw her too." We searched the house and found nothing, but to this day, she swears that it happened just that way. And she swears there were no mind-altering substances involved. Some are believers, some are not. Where are you on the scale of belief, disbelief? This is Denise Drain with Carpenter Realtors, and we're going to talk about haunted houses. For believers, there's a simple checklist published by Western University in Ontario that offers a checklist. Creaky floorboards, slamming doors when no one else is in the home, sudden drops in temperature unrelated to open windows or vents, pets that bark or hiss at nothing, strange noises unconnecting to people or events in the house, spotting movement out of the corner of your eyes but seeing nothing when you turn. Others reported foul odors unrelated to cooking, flickering lights, water that turns off and on seemingly by itself, and furniture or objects that appear to move on their own. Author Chad Stambaugh developed a protocol for investigating paranormal activity. You can find his book on Amazon if you're interested. But before you run to your local priest or paranormal expert, think about logical explanations for what you see and hear. Noises in the walls could be old plumbing or even rodents. Your significant other could be playing a joke on you. Creaky floorboards could just be creaky floorboards. Then decide if you need additional assistance. Would you buy a haunted house? Would you expect a discounted price, or would you pay top dollar? On my blog, I've listed some Indiana homes that have been sold. Haunted or just spooky? At this time of year, we often think about haunted places, and there are some places you might want to visit during this season. Haunted places in Indiana, such as Central State Hospital in Indianapolis. It opened in 1848 as the Hospital for the Insane. It was also the hospital for the criminally insane, who were often violent. They were constantly restrained in basement dungeons. Footsteps, moaning, screaming, and physical assaults have been reported. The Hanna House in Indianapolis was built in 1858. It was built by Alexander Hanna and was used to shelter slaves in the Underground Railroad. Legend has it that many slaves were killed when an oil lamp ignited a straw bale. Hanna reportedly buried their remains in the cellar. Moaning and screaming are reported, as well as cold spots and apparitions. And a horrible odor. The Step Cemetery in Martinsville was supposedly founded by a cult. Ghost sightings have been reported. The apparition of a mother who committed suicide on her child's grave is said to haunt the grounds. The Story Inn in Nashville is the only original building still standing in the former mining town of Story, which is near the Brown County State Park. Though its well-known guest is the Blue Lady, who appears when a blue light is turned on in the rooms above the restaurant. Her presence is also signaled by the smell of cherry tobacco. The Slippery Noodle Inn, downtown Indianapolis, built in the 1800s, now a restaurant, is said to be haunted by a caretaker, a cowboy, and a prostitute. The Rivoli Theater in Indianapolis reportedly has faucets turning on and off, objects moving on their own, and apparitions sitting in seats. Paul Rester Park Cemetery in Indianapolis is reportedly haunted by a little boy who was killed on the nearby railroad tracks. He's been heard playing harmonica, and his voice was captured by the investigators when they called out, "John W. King," and he replied, "Yeah, I'm here behind you." The Haunted Bridge in Avon, where everyone used to go on dates, is said to be haunted by a worker who fell in a vat of cement during the construction of a bridge. Do you know of haunted places that you want to add to the list? Let me know. This is Denise Drain.